Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's going on? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. What? Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's up? Hey, Kenya. Hey, Glitter Sparkles. Hey, hey, Harper. I don't know if you go by Ivy Harper or just Harper. Hey, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Hey. Oh, very pretty. Go show Dad. What's up? Yeah. What y'all been up to? I wanted to do my first live on IG for the new year instead of on what is that? YouTube. Just Ivy. Okay. All right. I love the name Ivy Harper. That's really pretty. I love the name Ivy Harper. It's like it gives like main character for sure. What do y'all have going on? I was hopping on to see if I know it's man. I just dropped Dear Glory today. And I was like, oh my God, y'all. I should not have dropped on a Sunday because everybody's so freaking busy and they can't read. So a lot of people was like, Rose, I bought it and I downloaded it, but I haven't read it yet. So, hey, y'all. So I ain't gonna be on too long, but I just wanted to stop in. I'm gonna, I think I might put this on my page. I don't know, but I just want to thank you. I just wanted to just basically thank everybody for downloading and buying and all that stuff. I have been so like out of it lately sorry, my phone decided to like 10% me. But I have been so out of it when it comes to writing, but this book was so special to me because just like ours, this is a first, I guess the second. This is an original romance book written by me, which is not something that previously came from Wattpad. So I was a little nervous because it's also something like very different. I've also never done a discreet cover. I don't think I'll ever do it again. I don't think I'll ever do a discreet cover again because I did a poll, y'all, and y'all was like, do a discreet cover. And honestly, maybe it's also the discreet cover with the description. I feel like when you do something like that, people really just don't be knowing what the book is about. Like, so I think people are shocked. I've gotten so many messages about Rose. I was not expecting this book to be like this. So I think I set people up for failure when it came to like what the book was actually about. But I thought I did a good job at explaining like the book was taboo. But they was like, Rose, this book is not just taboo. This book is like different. Hey. So I don't know if I'll do a discreet cover again. I think I'll just stick with my my regular discreet covers. Yeah, okay. But I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. Like the place that I'm in right now is so amazing. I've been doing like a social media fast, which means I will post, but I haven't been like scrolling. So if people notice I don't like or anything like that, it's not something that like, I don't want you guys to take that personal. I'm just not scrolling because I want to keep all the like mumbo jumbo out my head. I don't know if y'all doing that too, because the new year has just I feel like the new year, I want it to be grounded. And like with so much going on on social media right now, so much negativity, so much like divisiveness, and the, you know, current administration getting ready to come in, I just wanted to be away from it. You know that saying, ignorance is bliss? Y'all, it really is. I swear to God, like, ignorance is blissful as heck. And I've just been in like my own little la la land. I've been watching Netflix, I've been watching like Hulu, and just literally vibing, not just having a bunch of information and a bunch of like angry people or people telling me what I need to do all up in my head, consuming my thoughts, and just scrolling. Like, I'll be like, I'm gonna get online, and I'll just scroll for like, what is it? I'll scroll for like 30 minutes, and then I'll look up, and it's been like 2-3 hours, and I ain't get no work done. So that's what my new year has been. And funnily enough, I started this book on the 26th of December, and I finished it on, I think, what's today? I finished it Wednesday. And then I had to redo it. I had to redo the female's character because one of my proofreaders, I don't know if you're on here, Kanara, but one of my proofreaders was like, girl, this book is I don't like them. I like everybody but the female character. So I had to literally gut the character. Not her personality, because she's still the same character, but I really just had to show her emotions a lot better. But in doing that, I had to almost like completely redo 70% of the book, because I'm sure most authors on here who are on here know, when you change just one thing about the character's personality, you change the way people interact with her, or them, or whatever. So it took a good couple of days to do that, but I'm really proud. So I wrote 60,000 words in like 2 weeks, y'all. Like, that's bonkers to me. I haven't been able to do that since like maybe like 2018, 2016, 20 something like that, 2019. And excuse the puffiness in my face, I am like PMSing so hard right now. But y'all, I also lost close to 15 pounds. You can't see it in my face, so I'm like super bloated. But y'all, when I tell y'all, I went from 146. Yeah, I went from 146, and y'all know, 15 pounds down. So I'm really proud of myself on that. And I'm just getting to where I want to be in life, for real. I think the shock value can be a good thing, more engagement. Yeah, but you know what? I really haven't, maybe it's because it's so early on, but I haven't seen, I mean, I've gotten a couple DMs about it, but I haven't really seen like, oh my God, I was so shocked yet. I haven't seen that, which I'm really shocked about. So I'm gonna give it until like the midweek Friday to see how people really like feel about the book. Also, Amazon is taking this sweet time coming out with the reviews, so I'm not nervous that people will like the book. I think people will absolutely love the book. It's that first day jitters, you know what I'm saying? That first day release jitters. About to pour my wine and get started reading it. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. I have 2 questions. I love the cover. Thank you. What's your questions? And it's so peaceful. Yeah, you talking about like not being on social media? Absolutely. Yep, I've been leaving Facebook, and I'm going to fan. I've heard a lot of people talk about fan base right now. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about fan base. I lost 22. Girl, congratulations. Aren't you in Tennessee? I'm so jealous. I love Tennessee. Like, honestly, when we come back to the States after we go travel the world for a few years, I'm literally thinking about moving to Tennessee. Outside of the fact that everybody is Trump City over there, I love everything about Tennessee. They be Trump people, but they are so nice. I love Tennessee. It's so beautiful. I love Tennessee. After ours, there's more shock. I love it here. Thank you. But oh my gosh, y'all, I have just this year, I really mean it from the bottom of I know I've been saying it every year since I've been published, but when I say this, I mean it. This year, I am going to drop so much motherfucking fire. I'm going to drop so much heat. I'm going to drop so many books. Because one, I set a goal for myself, and two, how do I put this? I took away all the distractions. Like, my Patreon was a major distraction for me, but not necessarily the people. It was literally just the fact that I didn't realize how many books I had on there and how many pieces that I was like trying to connect together. If y'all are on my channel and y'all saw like how many books I had on there, people were literally asking for like all of those books. Hey, when are you going to update this? When are you going to update that? And in my messages, and it was just so overwhelming. So now I'm just uploading two books to that platform, which is just Knox and Carter, because that seems to be the ones that they care about the most. Excuse me. So those, and with that schedule, and I'm only doing 2 updates for those, basically 1 update a week, so 4 updates a month, and sometimes they might get more, I don't know, but with that schedule, it leaves me so much more time to focus on writing for Kindle. And I'm so proud of myself for setting that expectation and I don't want to say not caring about other people's opinions, because that's not it, because I absolutely really do care. I actually had to realize how much I really do care about how my readers perceive me. I think that was the main thing that made me make the change in the first place, because I felt like I was being too finicky. I don't know if that makes... First of all, I felt like I was being too finicky with my readers. I would be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I wouldn't be able to make good on a promise. And I hated that. And I felt like I was starting to become the author that promises something, but was never able to see it through, even though my intentions behind it were pure. But I just was so busy. I'm busy being a mom. I'm busy being a wife. And that's everybody. Everybody got a life. Like, one of my readers was like, girl, I started chapter 1. She was like, it was good. But actually, I don't even think she said it was good, but I'm pretty sure she thought it was good. But she was like, but I'm so overwhelmed with nursing school right now, to the point she couldn't even finish it. She was like, pray for me. And I was like, of course. Everybody is so busy lifing right now, trying to, have their goals, trying to have their expectations. So I don't think anybody ever put too much on my plate. I was putting that on my plate, and I was blaming others for doing it because they were trying to make me keep my promises. And I was like, oh, I'll have this book out on this time. But knowing I'm not 23 years old and I can't write as fast as I want to. I can't, stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning because I got 2 kids and a husband and demanding and all these other things like that. And I had to realize whoa, girl, you about to be 34. You got 2 kids. You got a husband. You got to manage all of these social media platforms. You're getting ready to move out of the country. You're writing 15 books at one time. It was so much, and I had to really just take a step back and analyze what was important, what could take a back burner, and manage people's expectations and be honest with them and upfront. I had a reader just now ask me, she was like, baby, when are we going to get some, well, she didn't say it exactly like this, but she was like, when are we going to get some more Kalani and Connor? First of all, everybody know Kalani and Connor's story is already done. The next story up in that series pretty much is, who is that? What's the people name? Charity and Kane. But she was like, you left so much unsaid. And I was like, I don't have much to say about Connor and Kalani, but I was like, there's other, people in their family that, stories that need to be told. And she respected it. So it was nothing bad or anything like that, but it was just I want to manage people's expectations and not lie to them. I've said it several times. I don't feel like writing any more Irish stories. Irish is very popular right now, there's so much going on. I just don't feel the need or necessary to write something that's extremely popular. I want to write something that's out of the box. I want to have fun. And right now, just I don't really write Irish. But hold on, let me catch up to these comments. I don't think there's any more out there. The ending for Dax in trouble. What about Axton? Dax is actually in the process of getting edited for Kindle. So there's 3 books in the series for Dax, and it'll be out. I don't know. I had it planned for March, April, May. However, I'm not sure if I'll do May, June, July. I'm not sure. But I think maybe it'll be April, May. Is it April, May, June? I think because it's 3 books, so it'll come out hopefully monthly unless I have to push it back. But the 3 books will come out back to back to back, and I think I'll potentially be able to start in either. I'm thinking April. I had hopes to start in May. No, I'm sorry. I had hopes to start in March, and then end it, March, April, May, and had hopes to end it in May, but which you'll get the full conclusion. But I think I want to drop a few extra stories, a few extra books outside of Dax before I get started, since it's such a long series. I don't want to overwhelm myself and get bored writing the same couple 3 different, for 3 months. So and the reason why Dax is not on Patreon, because my Patreon was like, I don't want to see it. They was like, well, some people, I think 1 or 2 people was like, we want to see it, but everybody was like, we know Dax in Trouble story. It's like towards the end. So they was like, we'll just wait for that on Kindle. So that's why I didn't put it on Patreon. It wasn't like I was trying to psych people out so they could buy the book. But my Patreon was just literally like, hey, we'll just wait for the book. We want to see Knox. And that's why I gave them. And then what was the other one? Hold on. And what about Aspen? Aspen is being wrote on Patreon right now for $10. You can read it as you write, but you guys can go in and read it. Y'all don't have to stay in the tier. Just so you guys know how Patreon work, you don't have to. It's not like an obligation. It's not like a contract. If you got $10 extra and you want to and I've been writing for a couple of months and you're just like, oh, I want to catch up on this story, you can go catch up on it. It's not like you can only read what I wrote for that month. You can catch up on a couple. I have a crap ton. I didn't take anything down. There's so many stories on there, so many other things and other books that I have on there. So if you got an extra $10 that you want to spare for that month, and you didn't buy a book or whatever, go on that Patreon and catch up on a story or something like that. That's just how it works. You don't have to subscribe every month. You can literally go in, read for a week, cancel, but you're not going to get your money back for that month, but the next month you won't be charged. So that's how it goes. If limiting yourself from social media and other than promoting yourself keeps you at peace. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is literally functioning on 10. So if I sound like I'm stuttering, I tell y'all this every time I get on here. It's not drugs. I'm literally just wired. My brain, my eyes are low because I'm tired. I wrote that book in 2 weeks. I'm really tired, but I'm in a good space. I'm just sleepy. Yes, I really am at peace. I'm really proud. I'm really happy. I'm limiting sugar. I don't know. This might be TMI. And I have so many questions that I need to questions and comments, and I'm gonna get to them. But this might be TMI, but I don't know if y'all know what PMS is, but I don't know if y'all have ever heard of PMDD. PMDD is what I have. It's a more severe form of PMS, and it's when you get really depressed. It's when you get like your thoughts just become like really, 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 really bad right around the time you're getting ready to have your cycle. And that's what I have. Like, I'm telling you, like, my mind just be out of control bad. Like, I can be like smiling in this minute, and then the next minute I just be like, nobody want to read my books. And that's what I'm going through. That's what I'm going through right now. So to alleviate that, I have to like limit the sugar. I have to drink my water. I have to I'm not currently exercising, but I am fasting. It's a lot to have to go through in my head. I was like, something wrong. But it's better. It's a lot better. Let me go through and check these comments. I was wondering how you were balancing all of that. It's a lot. I'm glad you took the pressure off yourself. It is a lot. It was a lot. I didn't realize it though. I didn't realize it because my readers mean so much to me. I also think being influenced by certain like people, even though I don't know it was intentional, so I'm not blaming them, but being influenced by other people's behavior and saying like, you know, your readers can wait and stuff like that. And I don't know, just I took my old self and I unintentionally imitated other people, and it didn't work for me. I think also I was just telling my other group that I'm in that another reason why readers weren't getting books from me was because if you guys go look at my page count on my books, there may be like, it's like 130 pages, 150 pages, 175 pages, maybe 250 pages. And sometimes you might get up to like 350. But those are the rare, that like, it's rare to see that on my page. And I was seeing other authors that was cranking out like 500 pages, 600 pages. And I was like, damn, I need to do that. And trying to imitate that was so overwhelming because to me, my stories are done pretty quickly. I really don't have a lot of fluff in my stories. Excuse me. I really don't have like a lot of fluff. I really don't put like a lot of like I don't know. You call it fluff, but I don't really put like a lot of extra dates in the stuff. A lot of extra. It'd be like bam, bam, bam. This happened. This happened. This. It's like every chapter is an event in my books usually. And I won't say that typically makes a good read. I mean, nobody really complained about it, but I was trying to imitate what other authors were doing, and it didn't work for me. So I had to find a happy medium and not try to force myself to write longer stories, but to write a story that I felt was good, and to have, you know, trusting alpha readers, beta readers, proof readers who can read the story and tell me, hey, this is what's missing, this is what's lacking, and just go from there, versus to purposely trying to elongate the book to give readers more pages to read. And that didn't work for me too. On what app? Kindle? Yes. Okay, y'all answering the questions for me. What about Carter? Carter's on Patreon. Yes. Heard my baby and not crying. What tropes are you excited about writing now? Fantasy. Oh man, y'all, I've said this on YouTube. I am so freaking excited to write fantasy, but right now I feel like it flows, you know, it flows with the time. Right now I think I'm honestly, y'all I think y'all would be so shocked to know like where I'm at right now. I actually want to write a mafia. I was like, bro, y'all are not gonna mafia me down. I don't typically like writing mafias like that. But I really want to write a good mafia, a good dark mafia. Like, I'm talking maybe a little too dark. Actually, y'all, I can talk about it now because it fell through. But I had I had a deal. Some readers, not readers, a platform contacted me because they wanted to put Dax, the Fergus family, on Audible. But it was this specific platform, and they was like, well, send me your trigger warnings. It was like, we'll see it. It was like, nothing's too graphic for us. And baby, when they got them triggers, they was like, okay. She was like, your trigger. She was like, this goes a little outside of our guidelines. So my deal fell through, and I was so sad about it. I didn't cry. I wanted to. But she was like, yeah, this goes a little outside of our guidelines of trigger warnings. And I was like, ugh. I was like, but y'all, but whatever. So I don't know if I write too dark. Maybe it's the torture scenes. But I don't know. What's meant for me is mine, so I'm not gonna cry about it. But yeah, I'm in the mood to write Mafia right now. I have this one story, and it's on my page. It is, I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if it's still there, but it was about two twin sisters, and the guy's name is Venom. And I was like, oh my God, that story sounds so good. I really want to write it. And I made the cover for it and everything. But right now I'm writing this story called Winter's Desire. And I think that might be my next book. And then after that, I'll do Alpha. I was going to do Dirty Secret. I'm not entirely sure. And then after that, I'll do Dax. So if I don't do Dax or not, I mean, if I don't do Dirty Secret, then I'll just do Dax. And then maybe something else. I don't know. I need some more mind to keep, sis. I got you. But Carter's story isn't in the $10 tier. No. So I honestly had expected to have Carter's story in the $10 tier and Knox's story in the $20 tier. But they wanted it the other way around. I think more people are interested in Knox than Carter. So I wanted to make Knox's story more like widely available and Carter's story like as a special bonus. Plus I still will also give the $20 tier, which is blue tier, because I only got 10 and 20. I can't remember what the colors are. I think it's red and blue. Yeah, I think it's red and blue. No, I think it's, yeah, I don't know what the colors are. I can't remember. But I plan on giving them more because I don't want to just give them Carter as like an extra added bonus, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to give, because I don't want to commit to something and not be able to follow through. Hold on. I'm pretty sure y'all answered that question. Are you talking about Carter and Knox? I'm at the beginning of Carter. Carter's only have 13 chapters. Knox has 28, but she ain't even seen his face yet, y'all. So she ain't even seen his face yet. And we 28 chapters in, and they still also haven't had sex. Yeah, so I didn't expect it to be this much of a slow burn, but thankfully ain't nobody complaining, so there's also that. Also, I know I'm not particularly in a rush to finish them because I still have Dax. Dax still has so many books to get out in that time, so I'll probably finish Knox, hopefully. If I don't do it, I don't think I want to do an extra book. But I'll hopefully finish Knox about, I'm thinking mid-year. I want to finish Winnie's book. That is the book that I'm most excited to write, but I don't know if I have the mental capacity to write it right now. I thought at the time that I started it, I did, but writing multiple characters for one woman is a lot. In Dear Glory, there are so many people in this story. It's kind of hard to keep track of them for me. to the point that I have to like write their names down, but it was extremely it made the story really good because I feel like I don't usually have so many people for, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, I really do want to write. I want to write Winnie's story too, but I think I'll maybe once I'm finished with Knox, I might do Winnie, because it'll be it's a really, really, really long, like really, really, really long story. But I'm thinking about changing it so it's not so slow burn. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Your books never seem short to me. They're not packed with unnecessary filler to elongate them. But that's what I was trying to do. I feel like I was trying to pack them with unnecessary filler. I was trying to write beautifully. I was trying to write the scenery and all the extra stuff, and the leaves had water dripping from them, and the color is opaque, and I was trying to do all that extra stuff, and it just didn't work out for me because it just made me like, oh girl, where's the sex? Like, come on, are they effing right now or not? And I know that was raunchy, but that's like what my mind was getting to. And I think that's also why I'm not in the mood to write Winnie's book, because there's so much going on, but it's an action book. And Winnie's book it's a romance, but the subgenre is romance, not the main drama. The main genre. The main genre is action. The second genre is romance. No such thing. Okay. Are you going to do any of the Lunchtime Chronicles again? You guys, I don't know if you guys read the last book in Lunchtime, but right now Lunchtime is on hiatus. There will be no more Lunchtime for the time being, because the creator, Sierra London, needs to take a break. You know, she has a lot going on right now. She's in school. If you go follow her on social media, I think it's S London or Sierra London, depending on what page you follow her under. She has a couple. She also has issues with her eyes, and she also, she has a lot going on. She also has a family as well. So she's taking a break from managing, Lunchtime, and I respect that. She is my good girlfriend. I love her so much. When I tell y'all that lady and I are locked in, I can call her with anything. When my son, Junie, well, his name is Pedro, but his nickname is Junie, Junie for Junior. When he was going through really bad sinus, issues, and he was in my baby went to the hospital, y'all, and the doctor actually said, his, nasal passages were so congested to the point that that's a really bad problem for kids. And she called me, and she was like, girl, get him some saline, pop his head up. She gave me information, because I don't think this is news to nobody. I don't think this is secret. But Sierra London used to serve in the military as a nurse. So my girl got them hands, and she also and she also has the medical knowledge, and she was like, prop him up. She gave me so much advice to help him get better, and that was such a tough time for me, because he wasn't sleeping throughout the night. So when she ready to do Lunchtime, and if she wants me to get back in the series, absolutely, I will do it hands down. I wouldn't think twice about it. I love Lunchtime. I would do it every season if I could. I love it. But I think she needed a break. Wait, you guys, what did I miss? I don't think you missed anything, and I'll post this live on my page. There's a couple questions that you missed though. But we don't want beautifully written from you. Oh, you know what? I actually realized that too, because let me tell y'all, the most money I had made on Kindle, was when, and I'm not saying I'm gonna go back to this. The most money I had made on Kindle, when I was making bank, because it's not that I'm not making bank now, but I had started to focus on I started to focus on Vella. So Kindle and Vella were two different platforms. But the most money I had made on Kindle when I was dropping books was when, one, my books were not edited, and two, I was just dropping those things back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I wasn't thinking about what anybody thought of my characters or how silly they were, how much you didn't like them. I didn't think of none of that. I literally just wrote these characters as I saw fit. And people were like, oh my God, I love this. And then I go back and I look at it, I'm like, y'all, these characters are trash. But they be like, girl, no, we love this. Like the drama, the way you wrote them. And I was just like, But I had to realize that, and I have to stop second guessing myself, but I also want to give you guys a better product, because Pedro right now is going over his obsession, and he was like, babe, the amount of errors that I had in this book, he was like, babe, he was like, this book don't even look like it was edited. But you guys ate that book up. I think that book has 1,000 or close to 1,000 reviews right now. Like, it's one of my best-selling books. That book took me over, that book made me my first 10K on Kindle. Like, that unedited, well, I thought it was edited at the time. That unedited, like, short, I think it's like 150 or 170 pages book took me to the moon. And I clowned myself by listening to others, and like, I hate that I did that. I got hair in my eye. You said a scene like none other that makes your books awesome. You know what? I think I'm also starting to realize that as well. Like, my books and the way my books and my brain work and the way my characters talk to me is so different, to the point that I just have to live with that. I'm never going to be this, I don't want to, and I'm not saying my books are not good, but I'm never going to be like this super, well, I feel like I wrote Lori really eloquent, but I feel like I wrote her really well. And, you know, based on her character, per her character, I wrote her really well. So did I did the same with Axel. But I'm just never going to write like others expect me to write. I'm always going to be the outside thinker. Romance to me looks different to what it looks like for others. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that other people's books are boring. I'm not saying that, because there are some authors out there who write some off the wall stuff, and I'm like, girl, how did you think of that? But I'm talking just like, my books don't have to have like, I mean, I don't feel like my books have to have something triggering to happen to make the shock value good. Does that make sense? I feel like authors have to write triggering things, like super triggering. I'm not talking like, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I don't have to write something like super, 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 super dark to happen to my female character to make it pop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my female characters, for the most part, all of them, are really well taken care of. The love that the male character portrays to them, I don't know. I feel like I do stand out, and I was very insecure of that, but it's coming back. It's coming back. Exactly. It reminded me of your Wattpad writings. Wattpad was an era. The best type of books that I feel like I can write is when I don't have to think. I don't have to think. And I mean that. If I don't have to think, I swear y'all can get raw. And I feel like that's why my Vellas did so well. When y'all can just get raw, Rosemary, I'm talking thinking about the most gutterous, that's not a word, but the most gutter, crazy, outlandish things that you be like, where are you getting this stuff from? Like, just my head. I feel like that's what made Wattpad so good, and that's what made Vella so good, because you guys got raw Rose. You didn't get the Rose that had to, go through the proofreaders. You didn't get Rose that had to have multiple eyes on it to edit this and take this out and all of this extra stuff. So I think that's why Wattpad and Vella worked so well for me. Oh, that's why you follow me to Kindle. Thank you. Please stop second guessing yourself. Definitely do a minor edit, but don't go crazy. We love your writing, especially if it's raw. Yes, thank you. We want the raw writing, not the super fluffy, whimsical Layla stuff. Yes, I was in love with your Vella because it was Kindle like the Wattpad writing. It was kind of like the Wattpad writing. Yeah, I am learning so much about myself in the time of Wattpad, Vella, Kindle, and all of that. I think trends can alter the way I think. The brain is such a delicate tool that can be it can easily be brainwashed, right? So if I see something, again, let me give you an example. I love black women on my covers. I would honestly, for the most part, have mainly black women on my covers. Honestly, Glory probably is going to get a different cover, but I really wanted. I have a reason why it's like this. If you haven't read the book already, then you'll see why once you read the book to completion. But Glory would have had a black woman on the cover. But I did the poll and people were like, I love a discreet cover. So I was like, let me see if people really like a discreet cover. And they like it, but I think my books sell better when I have a black woman on the cover or when I have a man on the cover. I think my books do better when I follow my first mind, when I don't take people's advice, because I think sometimes I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't know if that's exactly how you say that, but that's not true. Some people might really like a discreet cover for a certain type of author, or they might want a discreet cover for a paperback and not for the Kindle, where you can see it and you get your first look at it and you be like, oh man, like that looks good, let me pick it up, right? Because you know how people say don't judge a book by its cover. Well, most of the time we all do. We judge a book by its cover. And it's not to say that Glory's cover is not beautiful. It is, but I just think since you really can't tell based on one, the summary, and based on two, the cover, a lot of people were really skeptical on picking it up because it was like, oh, this is gonna be a like poetic type deal, and it's honestly not. Yes ma'am, I've noticed that you usually have a black woman looking good on your covers, and will for the next one. I've already showed people on Patreon what the next cover is going to be, which is Winter's Desire, and I already have all of them on there. So if you're on Patreon, you'll already have seen what the next cover, well, I don't think I'm going to do them in order, but what those covers are going to look like in that series. Are you still thinking about writing Winter's book series? Yes, Winter's book is next. I think I plan on dropping Winter in February. If I can't get it out sooner, I'll drop it in February. Also, I didn't tell people this, but Glory's book has I didn't tell y'all because y'all didn't know, but Glory's book has a Valentine's Day part. And that is, when I tell y'all, it's straight raunchy, like raunchy, but I had to set the tone in this book. But when I tell y'all, I'm talking about y'all gonna be like, Rose, we tired of them doing the thing. Let these people talk. Let them get a sip of water. I already have that for Valentine's Day planned out. But yes, Winter's book is next. That's coming up in February, and then I'll write the cover, the book for the short story for Glory, and for Valentine's Day. And I already have it, like, I already have the cover done and everything. Honestly, that's where the story originally started, from the short story. Yeah, so the short story made the long format story. But the short story, I don't want it to be no more than like 15-20,000 words, if that. I think I caught up to all these questions. Whew. Okay. I wasn't even expected to be on here that long. All right, y'all. If y'all don't have any more questions for me, it seems like people are winding down too. If y'all don't have any more questions to me, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to wait for about a minute to see if any more questions come through. I'm going to pop this on my page, and y'all can just check this out. Y'all go pick up Dear Glory. Go read it. Go review it. Go like it. Please like it. Please like it. But, oh, man, I love you guys so much. You guys are so amazing. You guys keep me going. You guys are beautiful people. And I think I'm going to go on and go. All right, y'all. Bye. Night-night.